Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This one is a interesting one. I'm going to be using a website called mmostats.com, and this is going to be taking the stats that I see on this website to estimate how many players we have on AQWorld as well as the players we have on AQ3D, and kind of comparing the two games in that sense. Now, I know a lot of people say AQ3D is dead, and that's probably because of, content is slow and whatnot, but it is actually far from dead when you have a good amount of players online. Now, compared to the amount of players AQWorlds has, it could be considered dead in that sense, but it is higher than a lot of other MMOs out there. So we have AQWorlds right here. It is the 79th most played MMO. This was created 14 years ago. It says technically it's 15 years, but almost 15 years, I guess, maybe. And then you can see here, so for March, we have an estimated 34.9 thousand players. These are average daily players. This is what it is considered. So in February, 32,000, 36,000 in January, and so on and so forth. It took a dip down in July, dropping down to 22,000. But so these are the estimates over the last 6 months and so. So kind of interesting to show. So the estimated average is 36.8 thousand. This is the estimated, with the estimated total player being at 1.4 million, which is very wrong. That is completely untrue, because on the About page from AQWorlds, you can see that there's over 35 million accounts that have been created. Now taking a look at AdventureQuest 3D. Now this came out 6 years ago, was released in October of 2016, and this is the 129th most played MMO, which is surprising. I'm actually surprised it's that high. And the platforms, of course, there's 4 different platforms that you can play this on, which is really cool. And let's get to the estimated players. So in March, there was an estimated 6.2 thousand players, which is much higher than I would have actually thought. So a majority of these players would be on the mobile devices, of course. And so it's a lot of people that look at the Steam charts and then they go, oh, there's only this amount of players, but the Steam charts only show a small portion of the actual amount. So again, this is based on the mmostats.com website. These are just the estimated amount of players, but so I can't say how reliable it is. But again, so then you're looking here, you can see that over the last few months, it's been rather consistent at 6+ thousand players. In December, it took a dip down to 4,000, but it hovered in the 5,000 category, and it seems to be pretty consistent for the last 6 or so months. So that is really good. So the average estimated daily player is 6.7 thousand, which is very nice. And then the estimated total players is 486,000, and this is wrong. There is, according to the Android, just people who've played on Android, there's been over 1 million downloads just on Android. This does not include the amount of players on Steam or the amount of players who have played on the iOS or on Mac. So there's definitely been millions of downloads of this game, meaning millions of people have tried this game. But as you can see from the average amount, it's definitely not a dead game when you have consistent players in there. 6.7, even if they are only logging in for their dailies, at least that is a regular amount of people, and surprisingly high number, much higher than I expected on it, to be honest. And so let's actually compare the two games here and see what we would get. So we're going to compare the two of them. So we got AdventureQuest 3D on this side, AdventureQuest Worlds on this side. And so you can see the differences right here. That's kind of funny because it shows the one there, 66,200, and then the other one is at 31,000 for the estimated daily. So AQWorlds is much higher. Of course, with a 14-year span and a wealth of content, it does make sense. So you got 14 years 14 years ago it was created, 6 years ago it was created, so big difference right there. Maybe by the time this gets to 14 years, it's going to have that number. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. There is a lot less content in AQ3D because it's way, way harder to make content. I'm surprised that these numbers here, number 129, considering this is one at 79, I was expecting this to be much higher and this to be much higher. So these numbers are like, I'm really surprised by that. Again, these are based on this website, mmostats.com. Platforms, that's the platforms right there. Side perspective, this side view is supposed to be over here, not over here. It's a slight mistake on that end, showing the estimated total amount of players and then the estimated daily players. So kind of gives you a scope of the two right there. But yeah, so that's the comparison between the two. And I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised by both of the numbers that I see here. It's very, very surprising. And I'm interested to see how AQW Infinity is going to compare with the other two as well. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to comparing those as well. But anyways, what did you guys think of this video? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.